flourishing is the relative attainment of a state in which all aspects of a person's life are good, including the contexts in which that person lives. What we sometimes get wrong, especially in the West and perhaps especially in American culture, is the notion that complete autonomy will really help us to flourish.
Yeah, go ahead, get comfortable. What is your name? What do you do?
I'm Tyler Vanderweel. I'm the John L. Loeb and Francis Lehman Loeb Professor of Epidemiology at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health and Director of the Human Flourishing Program at Harvard University.
My name is Glenn Comiso. I am the Executive Director of the Human Flourishing Program. I think research is critical to solving the world's problems, to solving the world's challenges. Research is the fuel that leads to innovation, which leads to impact.
My name is Ying Chen, and I'm a research scientist. And I know this is probably a very oversimplified work. I try to use data to understand what is happiness and how to be happy.
So flourishing captures the notion that the context, the community, the environment matter. They matter because they shape our own individual well-being. But they also matter because of our participation in the common good of the community. The community's well-being is, in fact, part of our own flourishing. And so the approach we've taken has been to try to identify what domains of flourishing seem common across different conceptions. First, happiness and life satisfaction. Second, physical and mental health. Third, meaning and purpose. Fourth, character and virtue. And fifth, close social relationships. I think each of these domains satisfies the following two criteria. Each is nearly universally desired, and each is in its own end. Each is sought for its own sake. It's not merely a means to some other end. In our work, we also try to look at not just are people flourishing or are they not, but what's conducive to flourishing? What sort of pathways are there that help people to flourish?
I don't think there's a place on the planet that studies human flourishing as the Human Flourishing Program does.
And based on a review of the literature published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, I would propose four central pathways to flourishing. And those are work, education, family, and religious community. Evidence from many studies that these things are common in the population, both here in the United States, but also globally, that each of these powerfully affects those flourishing outcomes.
We've been approached and we work with government institutions, companies, universities, religious institutions, all hungry for human flourishing in their organizations.
My motivation for doing this work on human flourishing and directing the Human Flourishing Program really arises from a deep conviction that if, as individuals and as a society, we were to make flourishing the aim of life, what we are seeking individually, what we are seeking in our communities, what we are seeking nationally and internationally in our governments, that it would profoundly improve who we are as people, who we are as a human community.